Good afternoon, people. Welcome to another episode of Deep Rooted Ventilation Podcast, hosted by Swollen Genius. But today we'll be taking over Cindy and Friday. And we got our girl Chip on the line, who is a nurse practitioner, business owner, and along with all her followers on TikTok, where I found her, and Instagram, is booming. So, Miss Chip, give us a little bit about yourself, education wise, along with your business.
Hey, hi everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, especially during these trying times.
Yes.
As stated, my nickname is Chip. I am a nurse practitioner going on 2 years. I specialize in women's health. I currently work in OBGYN clinic. My background in nursing been 10 years with a range of mass surge, and the last 6 years of my nursing career as before I got my master's was labor and delivery. So that's my passion. That's what I always wanted to do, deliver the babies. And then over time, as when breastfeeding came back, like as okay, everybody need to be breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Grew a love for breastfeeding and thought it was just like a special moment between mom and baby. Like my first time seeing a baby born, I cried. Like I
Oh,
really cried. Like that just I love it. I think about God and I think about the gift that He give us, the blessing that He give us to bring
yes.
life into this world. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
connection with labor and delivery. So I wanted to go back to school because I wanted to further my education. And I
Okay.
wanted to specialize in women's health. So here I am as a women's health nurse practitioner.
Good, good.
As
Hey.
far as my business goes, there are several reasons why I wanted to start a business, but I just figured that starting something that's around my specialty will make
Mm-hmm.
more sense with the credentials that I have and the I do it every day. I see pregnant women. I see women with problems with their period, with pH balance issues. So why not base my business on on my career? So that's why I came up with the name of Vagesty. So Vagesty right is an online store for women's health. We sell feminine hygiene products and period reusable period products.
Okay. Yeah. That's what caught my attention. I was like, look at her. I was on TikTok and my late night thing is TikTok. After I put
Yeah,
the kids to sleep, I'm scrolling. And I was like, oh, what's this? Okay, she got some reusable. Okay, it's organic. Okay, it's healthy for you. I was just scrolling.
yeah,
I was like, let me go to her Instagram page. And I was like, you know what? I got to get in contact with this lady right here because she got
yeah,
something going and the
yeah,
world needs to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
yes. And I wish that a lot of us would know about it, especially women who have issues with their period, who have
Mm-hmm.
come across like ovarian cancer, endometrial cancer, and other
Or
health issues,
PCOS.
fibroids.
Yes.
Like we using these chemical infused pads and tampons over a long haul of time is causing us to have health issues. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
appreciate it because, like myself and like Cindy, we both went down that, probably still going down that road. We just don't know it.
yeah,
But we both deal with the PCOS, which most people don't know what that means, polycystic ovary syndrome.
yes, I have
Mm-hmm.
PCOS as well. So Annterria
Really?
was sitting here. Okay,
Okay.
I
sister,
yes, I saw that when I looked at your website, and I'm like, oh my goodness! And Friday knows, like, I was probably about 16 years old, and my periods just stopped, or I would get one for an entire month, and I mean, I was bleeding heavy. I had to wear a tampon, a pad, and I'm changing it every 45 minutes. And my mom took me to the doctor. They didn't. What they did was put me on birth control. That was
Mhm.
their. That's how they solved it. I didn't realize I had PCOS until I started to try to have a baby, and found out that was the case. And I
Mm.
still at that time the doctors really couldn't tell me enough information about
Yes.
it. So could you tell us a little bit about your experience with
Yes.
PCOS and how you found out? And
Yeah, so I really looking back at it, I found out when I moved to Houston. Looking back at my
Okay.
teenage years again with the heavy, painful menstrual cycles, even the and I'm very transparent. My
Okay.
breast size are even, and I know every woman may have one breast that's larger
Mm-hmm.
than the other, but I have one that's really like 2 cup size larger. So when I go to Houston, I moved to Houston. I got my insurance, And I went to OBGYN for my annual exam, and she looked at my neck, and she's like, and I was telling her about my periods. I have this pain in my butt when my period get ready to come down. And she looked at my neck. She said, "You have PCOS." And I'm like, "What? What is that?" She said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you this metformin. It's gonna help solve everything." So I took the metformin, and I didn't like it because, again, I'm transparent. I thought I had to pass gas, girl.
It sent you straight to the toilet.
So
Yeah.
I called her. I said, "I cannot take this." I went home walking at Ornament Park, and I thought I had to pass gas, and shit came out. Can I say that? I don't know if I can
Yeah.
say.
You can, girl.
So she's like, "Well," because she was gonna put me on 2,000 milligrams of metformin. She said, "Well, take 1,000." And I'm like, I can't take this. I'm not claiming that on my life. I don't have. I went through that phase, or whatever. And then lo and behold, I went to endocrinologist because I was trying to lose weight. And my god sister said, "Well, try this endocrinologist." So when I went to him, he said, "Well, you don't necessarily have PCOS." He was saying you have insulin resistance. It's under the PCOS. So he wanted to call that. So he treated me with this anti-diabetic pill, and I lost weight in my stomach. I
Really?
lost a lot of weight in my stomach, like I lost inches as well. So, but that kept giving me a yeast infection. So I stopped that. So I just started doing my research on it more. And I found that women like us with PCOS, we need to eat low glycemic foods. Carbs in us don't rock at all.
At
Not
all.
carbs. We can look at carbs and we're going to gain about 5, 10 pounds.
Right. All day. That is so true.
So then I
Yes.
realized, and then with my husband, we were, of course, we having sex. I'm like, why am I getting pregnant? At
Right.
this point, and that all plays a part into it. Depression, obesity, insulin resistant,
Mm-hmm.
infertility, heavy or missed periods, depression, acne, just all
Facial
Facial
hair.
hair.
facial
Right.
hair. Yes, yes, yes. I have hair on my stomach. I'm like, what is
Yes.
going on? So yes, all that plays important. I kind of like embraced it. So I actually wrote an ebook. I don't know if you said it on my website
I
Yes.
did.
on my weight loss journey with PCOS. So I find that keto and low glycemic foods, even paleo, if keto is too extreme for people, that can help them lose the weight. And if they're trying to have a baby, they can try keto or low glycemic diet.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Now,
Awesome.
right. So I have a question. When it comes to teenagers, not all mothers have that bond with their girls. Um,
Right.
Sometimes it's trying because I was trying with my mother. So and it was never nothing that we actually spoke about. It's always a secret until it happens. And then you never go into depth with it. It's like, oh, it's supposed to happen. How do you prepare a mother to speak with their daughter? Like, do you have a class with them, take them to a class? Like you had a class this morning, right? It was either
Right.
this
This
morning.
morning.
Yeah. Reach out to somebody, say, hey, can you do a class with maybe my nieces or my daughter to let them know what's going on with their bodies since sex education is not in the schools anymore.
So this what I feel about that, because, and I thank God for my mother, because what she went through. Not that my grandmother was a bad mom, but what
Right.
she went through with my grandmother, she didn't want that for me and her.
Right.
Mhm.
So she passed it along to me. So now I do it with my 14-year-old.
Okay.
So even now my daughter tell me that kids her age will come and ask her questions. I think that parents need to have that communication channel open with their daughter
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, because we don't want them to get it from
They
their
friend.
peers. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get them from adult who ain't really all the way up here and giving them the wrong
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
information.
That is so
So
true.
even when it comes to like sex, even though I really don't want you to be thinking about it, but
Right. But you gonna hear about it, so
I
let
really
me.
want you to be comfortable enough to come and tell me, I think I'm ready, or what about this? And let me give you,
Right.
okay, with every action, there's a reaction. It's consequences with sex. I created a slideshow which showed all the STDs on there.
There you go.
I did
Really.
genital warts, syphilis, everything is on it. This is what you're gonna get if you don't be careful.
Okay.
And
That's good.
yeah, so doing things like that, letting them know, and not being so, what you doing this for? And most
Right.
of them are just
Mm-hmm.
trying to be snappy at them, and that's gonna make them not want to come to you. And I
Yep.
always told my daughter, because even with my mom, we have a great relationship. But I always had her cousin, which is more like a second mom to me. If I felt like my mom might flip out, I go tell her and I say, this was going on. I let her tell my mom because she can tell her in a way that I can't. And
Right.
usually if I want to talk about it. So I told my daughter, I say, if you can't come to me about something, who can you go to? And she picked my other cousin. I said, well, yes, please don't ever think you're alone. If you
Right.
feel like you can't come to me, and I trust my cousin who she chose. I trust that she's going to tell her the right thing, right from wrong. And I trust that my cousin gonna come tell me if she think like it's something serious.
Right.
So having your child, your daughter, identify at least 2 or 3 adults that they can go to, that's awesome. Ask them, who can you go to if you can't come to me? Is it grandma, auntie, even an older sibling or whatnot?
Right. Okay. Great advice. Great advice. Also, your period panties. I'm gonna order me some.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
Look,
saved
I
it.
got a Friday
Friday,
right now.
since we being open and transparent, I told Friday, I said, though, when she told me about them, I said, oh my goodness. I said, now, I don't like wearing panties. The only time I wear panties is when I'm on period.
Yeah.
And and I said those would be awesome because that'd keep me from having to go to the store and buy some panties where you still can leak,
Right.
So tell me, I just kind of want to know, just for me, and maybe other people want to know because other people look at me like, girl, you don't wear no panties. Tell me, you being a nurse practitioner, can you tell me the benefits of women wearing underwear and not wearing underwear? Because I have heard different views of, our vagina it needs to breathe.
Thank you. You already said it. It needs to breathe.
Okay.
Let your panani breathe. So over the last couple of months, um, I did good with I used to have recurrent BV. And so I got this infection and they want to give me antibiotics. I was like, Lord, I already know. Just go ahead and write the pills,
Right.
write the prescription because I already know it's about to get thrown off. So I've been struggling since then with the pH band. So I used to boric acid pills that I hand make them myself. So what that is, I use that once a week or once after a cycle, and I've been going commando. Ever since I implemented going commando with no panties, I haven't had any issues. Okay,
Wow.
Wow.
even though I say don't wear no panties at night, I've been trying not to wear it during the day, period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so
Yep.
I have noticed the difference with my pH balance, like being how I don't even have to use the boric acid pills as much as I used to.
Mm, nice to know.
Yes.
Go
So
Commando
go
Friday.
Okay.
commando.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yes, go commando. So yeah, I mean it's all to each his own. If you don't have any pH balance issues, it may not be for you. But if you have pH balance issues with recurrent BV and yeast, try going commando.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See if that'll help. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
My
would
my
be a
husband probably would love that.
natural, right? Well, I know mine. He like, well, he's used to it now.
Yeah.
When I first said I don't wear panties, he said, "What you mean don't wear panties?" especially when you're wearing those stretch pants, the leggings.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
But tell me, what would be considered a natural vaginal odor?
Okay, so I guess the media have us thinking that smelling like roses it's not. Okay. If it's not smelling like fish, it's pretty much natural. If it
Gotcha.
have that
Okay.
fishy odor, um,
That
then you
strong
may want to get
stink.
that checked out.
Right.
Yeah, but if you smell an aroma and it's not fishy, it's fine.
Gotcha.
Yo,
Okay.
listen, one thing I was just talking to the doctor I work with. Your body is going to tell you when something is wrong. The body, man, God is amazing. He designed to where, for the most part, your body gonna warn you, hey, something wrong. Okay, I got high
Mm-hmm.
blood pressure. I got a headache
That
because
ain't.
blood pressure is a silent killer. Okay, my body telling me something wrong, something wrong. My vision starting to mess up. Okay, something is brewing up. Your body's gonna tell you when something wrong. So that smell, you gonna know. Oh, something
Mm-hmm.
ain't right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So for all the other women that's listening, how often should they go to the doctor to get their punani checked out? Some just don't go at all. Some was not never taught to go until they're pregnant.
Yeah, that's I don't share patient information, but we just had a lady. I'm not saying no name. Waited a long time. Didn't go. Now she have endometrial cancer.
Oh,
Mm.
Again, your body is gonna tell you if you pass 60 and you still wearing a pad, bleeding, and you already been through menopause, time then right.
exactly.
Okay, so you can a female between the ages of 18 to 21. I'm gonna say 18 to 20 can start getting annual exams, right?
Hmm.
During the 18 to 20, you don't get a pap smear, even if you're sexually active.
Really?
So
Mm.
when you go to get your annual exam, you get an STD screening and you get their breast check. You get
Hmm.
your heart rate, they do the blood work for cholesterol and whatnot. By the time you make 21, that's when you get the pap smear. So a lot of people have the pap smear and the STD. They think, oh, because I'm 18, I'm going to get the speculum inside. That's the pap smear. No, they're not supposed to be running that. They can get in trouble for that.
Mm.
Pap smear start at
Wow.
21 when they screen you for HPV. So that's the difference between when you're 21, you're getting screened for HPV and chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas, and any other STDs you need to be screened for.
Okay.
So the American um, College of Cancer says that, and ACOG, gynecology community, says that every 3 to 5 years, depending on your age, if you over like 28 to 30 or start at 30, you can do every 5 years with HPV coast testing. However, that's based on that 1% of women. So ask yourself this: do you want to be that 1% of women that wait 3 years and you could have done something about it early? Because HPV can cause cervical cancer.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is what I tell my patients when they say, "Oh, well, they say I don't have to come for every 3 to 5 years. Don't go more than every 2 years."
Right.
Reason being because of cervical cancer, and then you might have to get a hysterectomy, and then your chances of having kids, things like that. You just always want to be up to date on your well woman exam. Not only that, we check your blood pressure. I've met a few young women
Hmm.
with kidney problems because they had blood pressure and they didn't know they had blood pressure.
Mm.
Really?
Yes, young on dialysis, younger than me
Oh
on dialysis.
my.
Wow.
Yes, so the annual exam is we're not just trying to check your cervix and everything. We're actually doing your vitals to make sure everything is okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I mean I was looking at my chart and they said, oh, in 5 years you get your pap smear. I have always been used to my pap smear every single year. And I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm not waiting no 5 years to have a pap smear done at the age of 40. No, So I'm glad that you have said that no, you get
Yes.
that checked
Yeah, and
every
your
year.
and your insurance will not cover more than one pap smear in 2 years, right? So if they're
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
gonna pay for it every year, just go ahead and get it done
Right.
Right,
Why not?
every year. So I
right.
tell them, hey, don't go more than 2 years, because if we can do something, we can do a leak procedure to remove the cervical cells that's look cancer. We can remove that, and you're done. If that get out of hand, then who knows what you may have to get a hysterectomy or your cervix may have to be removed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Okay, okay.
question.
Uh-huh.
You might laugh at this. I've
No.
heard of older. I heard of older women uterus falling out. Is that true?
Yes, it's called uterine prolapse.
What in the world will cause your
Mm.
uterus to fall out?
Your pelvis. It depends on how many kids you had, how big
Okay.
those kids were, and just old age.
Okay.
Yeah. If you had a nine, look, if I used to do labor and delivery, I'd be like, the baby 9, 10 pounds. I say, oh Lord, I feel bad for her when she get older because her uterus might go ahead and fall out. But yeah,
Oh,
there's like what's the word I'm looking for? Therapy, pelvic floor therapy to help with that. Pessary was like it looked like almost like the period disc that I sell.
okay.
They can insert that'll hold up their uterus as well. This is a whole house. Or you just go ahead and get a hysterectomy. You got to worry about the uterus falling off. But yeah, it is true. It is
Uh,
true.
Now that you just brought up about the disc, I have been using the ones, the Instead cups, the ones from Target. At Target sell the disposable ones. I've been using those for at least 6 years. I love them. Everybody else, all my other friends and family, cousins, they're
Yeah.
like, that's so messy. Oh. And I'm like, you just take it out while you're using the bathroom.
Yes.
Can you, what is the difference between the one that you sell versus the ones that you find in Target?
Okay.
And explain to everyone that doesn't know about the disc.
Okay. So the period cup and the period disc. So difference between the two, pretty much have the same material, medical silicone. It's body safe, FDA approved.
Okay.
The period cup you may see with like a little stick at the end of it. The disc, but also the period cup has a suction. And I've heard some stories about removing the cup, especially when they have an IUD in,
Oh,
and
Mm.
sometimes they expose the IUD. That's what I've heard.
Oh,
So the
okay.
period disc, it doesn't have any suction. It goes in, is inserted the same way as the period cup, and it can be worn for 12 hours. Both cups can be worn for 12 hours, like the disc. And you can also, for women who participate in no judgment zone, you can have sex with the period disc in.
hmm.
You can go swimming with the period disc in. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you can go swimming with the period cup too, but I haven't tried that. But I tried the period disc, and I know for sure you can go swimming within
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to
So
know.
with the disc that I sell the disposable one where you wear for 12 hours, you throw it away after that.
Hmm.
Like you said, you can change it over the toilet. I most like, since you can wear for so many hours, by the time it's time for me to take it out, I take it out in the shower.
Hmm.
And then the once you finish with it, you can throw it away. And the reusable one, you just rinse it off and you store it in the case.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I have had that experience once with having sex with the cup because I actually totally forgot. I knew it was in there, but things just got kind of a little heated.
They, yeah, 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 yeah.
And
I
I
understand.
was amazed at nothing, no spillage or
Mess
anything.
free. Yes,
And my
mess
partner
free.
did
Really?
not even know. He didn't
Shut up.
feel nothing. No, I ain't gonna say his name because he tear my butt up. But he didn't even he didn't even know that it was in there because I you don't feel it.
You don't feel it. Nope.
Not like a tampon. I mean,
Nope. I don't know, kids. Could y'all? I say I have mine right here. I don't know if the viewers will be able
oh
to.
yes,
Oh yeah, we can
yes.
see it. Yes.
Yeah. So yep, and when you have intercourse, it's right. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Tell us a little more about your products that you are like some of your products or your number one top seller.
Believe it or not, my one of my top seller is the boric acid
Really?
suppositories. That's when a lot of women have pH balance issues, and it's pretty much, I'm not gonna say normalized because it's not. You don't feel right. You got the discharge, you got the odor, but
Mm-hmm.
millions of women have it and suffer with it. So that is my top seller. I said the top seller is the one with the tea tree. Tea tree oil is antifungal and antibacterial.
Okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
it have those effects. It carry that effect, so that helps with restoring your pH balance.
Okay. Nice.
Awesome. I did not
Right.
know that.
Yes.
I know tea tree is just, I mean,
That
it's
seems like it
awesome.
cures everything.
Awesome. Yeah, pretty much everything. Yep.
Uh-huh. All type of
Tell
fungal anything.
right. I want to know about your bougie cat mask and what that is used for.
Yes, I love that mask. So soothing. Okay. So for women who shave or wax, you can use the mask as a vajacial. Have you guys heard of vajacial? It's
No.
like a
No.
facial, but it's for the vagina, vajacial.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it can
Okay.
be used to help with the discoloration on the vulva, because you put it on the vulva. Or it
Okay.
can be used to help with ingrown hairs. That has really helped
Mm,
with the ingrown hairs as
Okay.
well. So you set it on for the vulva mask, for the bougie cat mask. You set it on for about 20 minutes at 24 hours after, because you don't want to set it on right after you get the wax or
Right.
shave, because
okay.
your pores are open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so about 24 hours after you set it on there, it's almost like you have a little spa day.
Okay.
It has that
Nice.
hydro jelly feeling, and it's safe for your skin because it's not going inside the vagina. It's going on top.
On the top.
It's going up exactly. It's going up off. And I also sell a scrub. The scrub is a bestseller too. It's my second bestseller.
The
Okay.
scrub. Okay.
It's a soft scrub, no sugar because I don't want anybody, you
I
know,
bet it's they itching and irritating.
yeah, yeah, and yeast infection and all that going on. So
Right.
it's just so, um, and you scrub it, it feels so good when you scrub it down on top. Yeah, it feels, it
So it's
feels
all
good.
of those included in the kit.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
sell the Punani box. I have two collections. The feminine hygiene collection. That's where you get the pills, the wash, the wipes, the vulva scrub, and the vulva mask. And then I have the Punani box menstrual collection. You get period panties. You get both of the period discs, the reusable and disposable. And you
Oh,
also get wipes and you get wash. So that way you get to
Mm.
try the whole period line and say, you know what? I don't like disposable disc, but I like the reusable. Or I don't like the reusable, I like the disposable. And period panties, who does not want the extra leak protection? I
yeah.
had
Okay.
a buyer come. She brought for me last week. I posted a video with the dish. She said, "I'm so glad I saw this. Just last month at work, I got up and she had some leak, and we are grown women still having,
Yeah.
how your period work. You sit down all day, you get up, and then you got a leak.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you the
Mm-hmm.
extra protection. So with the period panties, I always say try it at home first because you can wear it with or without your normal traditional period products. So at
Okay.
nighttime, I sleep with just the period panties. I don't sleep with nothing else but the period panties, and I don't have any leak in them on my bed sheets or anything.
Nice.
But on my first day when I'm heavy, my second day I'm heavy, I'm not gonna just wear it because I know I bleed heavy. Even though it's
Heavy.
4 layers of protection, I
Right.
still want to not be crazy, and be leaking.
That that makes sense because I
Yeah, so
can
I
even
wear it
think
with my
like
stuff.
yeah, like the fourth day when you don't really need to wear anything. You only see it when you go to the
When you go
bathroom. I'm like,
bathroom.
Yes,
I don't want to waste a whole
pad
disc.
or
Right.
certain
Yeah.
this. Yes, yes, exactly. That's what I love about them.
Awesome. That is awesome. I love that.
So if anyone wants to buy your products, what's your website to go buy your products? And also if they want to get in contact with you any type of way.
Okay, my website to buy my products is vagesty.com. Vagesty. If you want to get in contact with me, you can email me at yourvagesty@gmail.com or you can text me at 832-400-5664 to join the community texting that I have for Vagesty.
I love it. I love everything that you just said. You educated me on some things.
And me too. Mm.
And like I said, I will be ordering some products from you because I've been on TikTok, I've been on Instagram, I done followed your story, the whole nine. So
Yes,
I
thank
had to
you.
speak
Thank
with
you.
you. You're welcome. I had to speak with you and share you with the world.
Yes, thank you for having me. I enjoyed y'all very much. And we can
I
relate because we
enjoyed
got
you.
PCOS and we have women issues. So yes,
Yes.
yeah,
It's not a secret. We all have feminine issues. And with the Black community, we are afraid to speak about it. And we shouldn't be ashamed to speak about it. It should be something that
exactly.
we should go to our doctors or, like you said, your mother, your close relative that you can actually talk to and say, hey, this is what's going on with me. Or, hey, I want to do this now. I'm ready to have sex or my period just started. So, I'm glad we had this
Right.
conversation.
Yes, love
Yes.
it, love it. The awareness, we definitely need to let women know the awareness of PCOS because I have friends, I have clients that they start describing to me what they're getting, especially the facial hair.
Yes.
And I had to tell them, I said, you should go to the doctor and get that checked. No, I don't have PCOS. I'm like, just go get your levels checked, get your blood work done. I said, because it's not a lot of when you have that facial hair and hair
Yep.
all
That's
over
the
your
like.
stomach.
Yep. Exactly. And not
Mm-hmm.
every woman will have cysts on their ovaries. So just
No.
because you
Oh,
do an ultrasound and you don't see cysts, but you have the other clinical symptoms like the hair and the
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
infertility and the irregular cycles, pretty much you have PCOS.
Yep.
If
Yep,
your A1C indicator for diabetes is a little bit elevated, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
you meet
yep.
you don't have to have the cyst, but you meet the other criteria. So
Exactly.
Definitely. Thank you. Oh, it's
You're welcome.
awesome. You are so, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's the goal for Vagesty, educating women about their bodies and just educate everybody. That's all the women that I could educate. Like today, I did the young girls between 9 and 14. Let you know about your period. You know, your first menstrual period, what to expect, and things like that. So it turned
Mhm.
out really nice today, and they gained a lot of information. And I'm happy it was them and their mom. I'm glad, that they were able
Nice.
to
Good.
sign up and join. Yeah.
That's real good.
I even think about single fathers as raising their
Oh
daughters,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
have just you're uncomfortable having that
Conversation.
conversation, and just having your platform to be able to they can sit down with them if they don't understand, they don't know, but they want a professional person to
Yes.
explain to them in words that they can understand. That I think that is
Cause
awesome.
saying just giving a okay, what is pad? And that's
Right.
it.
Exactly.
No. Like I went over, okay, your uterus. Every female, do you even know you have a uterus? No, let's
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
educate our young girls for a
Yep,
Yes.
number of reasons.
exactly.
If somebody touched them and they say, oh, my cookie, well, what is the cookie?
Right.
You need to know the
Exactly.
correct term.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I told them how the mechanism of period work is the uterus shedding
Mm-hmm.
tissue and blood. And that's how
Hmm.
so just I just went into the whole details because I don't know how much they're gonna retain, but at least they have an idea for when they have their first
Yeah,
period.
when that happens, they like, oh,
Exactly.
this is what she was talking about.
Talking about exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yep.
You have anything else, Miss Cindy or
I
Miss
think
Chip?
I'm okay, but I will be shooting you an email and you will be seeing my order coming through.
Okay.
Okay. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm glad to be able to be on this platform.
Yes, and it's our pleasure for you to have taking the time today because you was up early today with them young ladies.
Yeah.
Taking time out of your day to speak with us and the world about, females that we all what we all going through and will go through once we hit a
Right.
Mhm.
certain age. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Cindy, I appreciate you as well.
You know I got your back.
And I want to thank everyone that's out here listening to the Deep Rooted Ventilations Women's Talk Takeover, and we'll see them next month. And
Okay.
have a nice day,
Yes.
Have a
ladies.
nice
Bye. Next
Bye.
time.